The title's not clickbait, by the way. It really does suck. So I was editing a video last night, the next one to come up, right? And the computer just shuts off, and inexplicably, randomly shuts off in the middle of it. Try to turn it back on. Of course, it doesn't turn on. Of course. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm pretty sure it's the power supply. Pretty sure. You know, the motherboard lights up. The computer itself, it doesn't boot at all. It doesn't even the light for the power button or whatever doesn't even turn on. So that's why I'm thinking it's power supply. Also because the power supply fan doesn't turn on. You know, I can't hear it when I put my ear next to it. None of that works. So I'm pretty sure it's the power supply. The good news is I have one ordered. It's on the way. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. Should be pretty simple to put in. The bad news, you know, I mean, is expensive power supply. The entire computer is very expensive. I built this thing myself, and it's substantial. That's why the power supply was so expensive. 170 bucks. They don't usually cost that much. Okay, the power supply is a little internal module in your computer. It's basically where the cord from the wall plugs into the computer. It's what distributes the power to all the, the parts in your computer. Um, they're usually pretty cheap. Mine's not. 1,000 watts is what I need to push everything that's in that computer, hence the price. Uh, Most computers don't run in 1,000 watts. It's more like 500, 550, 300, something like that, most of them. So that's the problem with that. But like I said, one's on order. I just wanted to tell you this because I didn't want you to think I quit or gave up. Far from it. I'm gonna keep filming. I mean, I've got 2 videos sitting on the hard drive right now that I could be working on. I can't. Uh, One of them was I went to this weird. I didn't even know it was there. It was like a wildlife management refuge. Another one. Found some amazing buildings in the woods. I think they might actually be some of the oldest I've ever found. Like a really old house is weird, and it was still inhabited, just not by people. And then after that, of course, Seth and I went and braved the dangers of deer season. That got a little sketchy. You'll see. Eventually. Hopefully. Well, not hopefully. You will. I'm going to get this fixed. I just didn't want you to think, gave up. Or if you don't see me for a while, if anybody even keeps track of me or wonders about that, that's why I'm telling you this. So, it's the power supply, right? Because it has to be. And we'll get it fixed. It's going to push me back because, my videos take a while to do. I Working with the 360 takes a lot of processing power. I have to render it down so many times to even be able to work with it and start editing. Like I have to do all the keyframes for the shots because they're big files and it looks all around, so I got to tell it where to look. All of that takes a long time, and then just of course editing the video, making the video takes a long time too. I'm very tedious about the audio. It takes me I'd say audio is probably the biggest part of the editing process for me because I want to make it good. I want to make it watchable, and the big spikes, the dip, I try to make it watchable. Like I don't want the audio to, you know, blow your eardrums 1 second from a slamming door or footstep. You know what I mean. I want to make it good. So I'm really just kind of a perfectionist almost on that, I guess. But so all that takes a while, and not being able to work on it is like every minute that passes is progress that I could be making. And it sucks. And what are you going to do, It's the power supply. Yeah. Comes tomorrow. get it put in. It'll be that. If it's not that, I don't really want to think about that. So we'll just go with it's the power supply. Yeah, optimism. It's what I'm known for. That was a joke. Good game.